Hello, this is Sharif with Engadget. I'm joined by Jeff.
Hey guys.
HTC.
How's it going?
We're looking at the brand new, as yet unreleased, HTC Sensation XL, which is a slightly different beast to the XE, and kind of like a Titan, but with Android.
That's right.
Right, Jeff? I mean, have people summed it up if they think that?
Yeah, I would say that's getting pretty close. One key aspect here, as Sharif mentioned, that is different from the Titan is that we have Beats audio built in. You can see that beautiful Beats logo there on the back. Of course, the real technology is all about the audio. So when you plug in some Beats headphones, it'll go into a Beats profile that perfectly matches the audio with those headphones, and it'll sound really fantastic. So we're very excited about that.
Sure. With the headphones, they're going to come as standard with the same Your Beats, aka the iBeats.
That's correct.
That came with the Sensation XE.
That's right.
But there'll also be, and I've got down here a set, 1 second. There'll also be a limited edition with Dre's solos. Where will this be available, and how will this be available? Will you basically have the choice between buying this phone with the red in-ears versus these white over-ears?
That's actually a good question that I don't know the answer to.
Okay. Well, we hear that there's going to be a limited edition which have these over-ears, again, Dre approved, and if you haven't seen our coverage of the XE already, then just to quickly summarize, how would you summarize Beats? Is it the headphones and the software in the phone? What is it? It
is the headphones and the software together. Beats is all about providing the best hardware along with software that matches to it perfectly. So for the vast majority of manufacturers, they try to create headphones that will work with any kind of audio player and any software. In the Beats case, it's perfectly matched between the two.
Okay, if we plug these in, then we should get a pop-up message saying that we have inserted some solos. Let's see if we get that. This is final hardware we're looking at, is it?
That's correct.
Okay. Push it on the way. That's it.
There we go.
And do we get a message? Normally we would. Maybe if we load up music. Just a quick question about Beats. So Beats is something that is activated when you plug in some approved headphones and when you play a track in the stock music app. Okay, and then you see up here, you see the Beats audio saying this is active and you can enable or disable. We've seen that before, but could you get Beats running in a third-party music app like Spotify?
Not as of yet. That's something that will be coming soon.
That will be coming, will it? Okay, so soon. How soon?
Don't have anything specific to announce on that just yet.
Because it's quite a big limitation. I mean, to be limited to just the stock. So many people listen to Spotify, Pandora, PowerAmp.
True, and I definitely hear you. I myself use Mog and RDO, so definitely something that we're looking very closely at. Nothing to announce just yet, but I would expect that obviously we're very dedicated to providing the best possible music experience on this device, so stay tuned on that.
If we go back to the home, now we're looking at, this is different from the XE, we're looking at Sense 3.5 rather than 3.0.
That's correct.
But it looks very similar, really. What are the key differences?
So on 3.5, there are just some fit and finish kind of things. So the integration with Sense goes a little bit deeper into some of the key widgets and the applications like the calendar and the email and that type of thing. Nothing that probably is dramatic to most users, but just continues to refine that HTC experience in a way that a lot of customers have come to expect from us. Cool.
We do have some software differences in there, though, including the camera app. Am I right? What's different about the camera? Because the camera was quite interesting on the Titan.
That's right. So first of all, in terms of specs on the Sensation XL, we have an 8-megapixel camera with f2.2 and a 28mm wide-angle lens. So it really is a fantastic camera. I can't quite tell as we're pointing to a wall right now.
Well, you can spin around. Let's point it at the street. Get a nice, get a shot of London there.
Point it at the street there. And as Sharif was saying, the software itself has been enhanced a lot. So as we go into the settings, for example, you've got detailed settings for every aspect of the camera that you'd want to control.
Compression? Can you change the compression? Can you have a bigger file size or a smaller file size?
That's a good question. I've never been asked about that.
Well, we'll check that out in a bit.
We'll check that out. But also importantly, in terms of the scenes, we've added in a number of scenes that we're really proud of. So, for example, panorama shots, the ability to very easily take panorama photos with this UI that some people might be familiar with on the Titan when they saw that. Makes it essentially kind of brain dead simple to take a panorama shot.
That's the same app that we saw, the same sort of panorama function that we saw on the Titan, right?
Exactly.
Which is quite nice. I've had to play with it. It is nice.
And as you can see, it stitched the photo together, so very nice, very easy, even as I'm trying to hold this for the camera and not really holding it particularly stable.
Sure. Now, just a quick question about the camera. What are we looking at in terms of video? Is this 1080? Because this is only a single core processor, right?
That's right. It is 720p.
720p, because it couldn't really cope with the 1080p that you get with the Sensation XE does 1080p, if I'm right.
Offhand, I am not sure. Actually, I believe it is. You're asking me some tough questions.
Sorry, man. All right, but this is a single core processor. I mean, is it a slightly different market from, because this is going to run concurrently. This isn't a replacement to the XE, which has only just come out, obviously.
That's correct.
So you're going for a different user here.
It is a little bit of a different user because of the larger screen here. The XE has a 4.3-inch screen. Yep. So here with the 4.7-inch screen, this user is all about the media experience, having the biggest possible screens. That way they can be watching video on this. Obviously playing your music with the Beats Audio, of course, but also looking at web pages with a bigger screen and being able to zoom in and seeing all the detail and all that type of richness.
With the Titan, you boosted the screen size to 4.7, but you didn't boost the. You didn't change the technology there. We're still looking at Super LCD, and also you didn't change the boost the resolution. I think we're looking at something actually less than the QHD, the Quarter HD on the Sensation XE, right?
That's right. This is WVGA, very similar to the Titan.
Okay. Why is that? I mean, do you feel that your panels might be getting slightly left behind? We've got AMOLEDs and we've got Retina displays and.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that when readers look at this device in person, I think they're going to see that this is an absolutely beautiful panel, and even with the WVGA display, I know some people out there have questioned, well, on the Titan, for example, with the 4.7-inch screen, does it start to look a little bit pixelated? And I think that once you see it in person, you realize absolutely not. It's not that way at all. It's beautiful, and you see all of the detail, and it looks fantastic. Okay, great. Now, who is going to be able to buy this handset? This is another one not destined to the States, am I right? That's correct. Not coming to the States, but it's going to be available in Europe soon, in Q4, and very excited to bring it to HTC customers. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.